Hello, my name is Cheryl Herkey, and this is my channel. Today it is Monday. After a weekend away, we spent the weekend with friends in Del Rio, Tennessee, and we knew them through the MCI. And so we've been friends for a while, but really never spent much time as couples. So it was Tom and Linda and Carl and I, and we took our camper and camped it in their driveway, but they really didn't let us camp. They just spoiled us rotten. And they had people from the local area come home over to their house on Friday night. And then on Saturday, we went to others. And I want to just describe this. Carl and I were thinking about it as we were sleeping the first night. I said, this is surreal because they're people like myself. They love the country. They love God, but they have an attachment. This is in the mountains, I have to say, in the mountains of Tennessee, that Del Rio is. They have an attachment to the land. They have an attachment to their families. And ironically and beautifully, they have attachment to each other. When someone has a need, the neighbor pitches in. When something happens to everyone, they're all pitching in. And I saw this in the way they treated each other. And not necessarily were church people, they were just country folks. And I have to say that it's very appealing to me. I know I've had in New York a little mini farm, and Carl and I worked it, and we didn't do it our whole lives, obviously. We live here in Tennessee and don't have anything like that anymore. But I appreciate what happens in the soul of a person who spends their life caring for others. Life is not easy. They have to grow their own food. They have to take care of their own property. And what I thought was incredible was these gentlemen who were probably in their 70s and had very strong looking bodies were saying they needed help because if you're going to live in the mountains, you have to be willing to work, and they can't do it the way they used to. So we had a barbecue over at New Friends that we met, JD and his wife, Donna, and they had this big garden, and they have just moved there, and all the neighbors helped them get their house together. It made me think of what we need to do as believers. As we get through Nasara and Jasara, we're going to have to help each other. And I've just got an example of what that is, and I am thrilled to, think and mull that in my mind and see what I need to do different, and maybe not necessarily think of my future here, but somewhere where I would have a chance to be more of a community than I am here. And so we all have to find a community where we can give back and be selfless. And I thought I would just share that because it was just so interesting. And also I'd like to share, and I'm opening up my phone right now, a poem by Kipling that's called If, and I understand that this is one of President Trump's favorite, and I thought I would share it with you.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose, and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
I thought that was interesting in light of seeing my president yesterday at the CPAP and just knowing the history and the things that have happened to him, not only in the 4 years, but since then. I really think he's a man, and it's a great example for our men to become selfless men and prepare for the battle and be there for the battle. Take your mask off, hug someone today, and thank you so much for listening to me and being a part of my life. I appreciate you so much. Bye now.